Hi, my name is Peter Foreman, and I'm going to be your instructor for the class of Strategic Management in the MBA program. I was born in Buffalo, New York, and moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and spent my years growing up there in high school and college. Went to University of Georgia, and then spent 12 years working in the non-for-profit sector before I went back to school for my M.B.A. and Ph.D. at University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. I studied management, and in particular strategic management, and I've been a professor of strategy for the past 16 years. I'm married. My wife is a school teacher. I have 3 adult children and no grandchildren yet. I love skiing and golf, and a lot of outdoor activities like hunting and fishing and hiking and kayaking and so forth. So my key research activities are interests are in the area of organizational and corporate identity, image, and reputation. I've done several research programs, research studies, I should say, research projects in organizational identity and reputation. Studying in particular identity change and reputation change and identity and reputation conflict. My most recent research project has been kind of fun and interesting. It's been in the wine industry, where we've been looking at how collectives of wineries known as wine trails establish and manage a collective or corporate identity. So in this course of strategic management, essentially this is a course, if I have to be perfectly honest, that is applied economics. In the old days, we actually had a title for this course called The Theory of the Firm. And that's really what you're going to learn in our course, is what is it that constitutes an effective firm. That sounds like it's only applicable to for-profit, but I would argue that everything we're covering is equally applicable to the government and nonprofit public sector as well. What we're going to learn is how and why it is that some firms are so much more successful than others. We look at a firm like Southwest Airlines that has only had 1 year where they didn't turn a profit, and that was immediately after 9/11. And every other year, there's no other airline in North America that has been that singularly successful. Why is it that Southwest has been, arguably over the last 20, 30 years, so much more successful than others? Why is it that Starbucks is so much more successful than so many other specialty coffee and specialty food companies? How and why is it that Apple rose to the position that it is in? And by the end of the semester, if I do my job well and you do your job well, you will have a much better understanding of how and why it is that some firms are more successful than others. This class is arguably in any MBA program one of the most, if not the most, demanding. It requires a lot of time, a lot of effort. There's a lot of group work as well as individual work. And because we are asking you to think big picture, it's not something that is necessarily very methodical, very calculative. Instead, it's something that often requires lots of time set aside thinking and thinking big. As a result, this will probably be one of the most, if not the most demanding, the most time-intensive courses you've ever taken. I regularly get in my reviews, students say, I spent more time on your class than any other class I ever took in the MBA program. However, let me just say that I also get students saying, I learned more in your class than I learned in any other class. So again, if you do your job well and I do my job well, at the end of the semester you will have worked very hard, but you will have learned a heck of a lot.